peacefully eating and catching was exhausting, and the day was very hot. So he yawned a large, toothy yawn. Ah! The belly beneath him was beautiful. It was covered in the sun's glittering light. The water hole rippled, and the long grass rustled in the wind. "Oh, what a great king am I!" proclaimed the baboon out loud. When the baboon decided to make his home amongst the tall yellow woods, long grasses and wonderfully full watering hole, he had announced to all the animals, "Niyabona nina abancane, this is my domain. Everything you see belongs to me, to Zamu. None of you are allowed to drink or swim in the river. Only I can do that." All the animals, afraid of the grouchy baboon, obeyed his orders. Again, the baboon gave a long, self-satisfied yawn. "Look at me. I am the fiercest, most ferocious, and the strongest animal. Why? And I'm also the hairiest. I'm covered with the hair from the top of my head to the tip of my toes." At this observation, Zamu sighed and then grinned, happily in his own vanity. Then he reached back and in one slow motion gave his hairy back a long, loud stretch. But the silly baboon, so relaxed and arrogant, had no idea that he was about to meet a major challenge to his rule. Imbumba yama zebra, a herd of young zebras, had moved into what he considered his domain and were now grazing peacefully in the fields below. The baboon's arrogance and selfishness were known far and wide. The youngest zebra of the herd decided that I will be the one to stand up to Zamu. Hey, I will teach this baboon a lesson, he thought to himself. At that time, zebras were born without any stripes. In fact, they were completely white without any color whatsoever. Their skins, their manes, their tails were as white as clouds. And they remained that way for their whole lives. Now, just as Unhlanhla decided to pay the baboon a visit, the sun glinted off his bright white coat and caught the eye of Zamu, the selfish baboon. The baboon got such a fright that someone had dared to graze in his territory. That he fell straight out of the tree, through the branches, and landed on the ground with a big crash. Embarrassed, the baboon got up, a bit shaken after his great fall, brushed himself off, and shook his hairy fist. "Who dares to disturb me? Huh? Obanloy!" he shouted furiously. Used to fighting with other animals, the baboon felt confident that he could win against Unhlanhla and drive him off his land. The baboon roared and raged as he stomped his hairy foot. "When I am victorious in this battle, I will once again be ruler of this kingdom. I will banish all of you and your kind far and forever. You will not be able to come close to my land anymore."
morning, when I woke up and dawned, I started to give a great big yawn. Can you imagine my shock, my horror and dismay when I turned to look this way? You can see that I'm strong, man, and so very scary. My teeth are long, my body is hairy, so be prepared to fight with all your might. This water hole is mine. That water hole is mine. What caught my eye with such a glare that I could not help but stare. It sure doesn't seem right for an animal to be so white. Connor, no. Cause here in the African field, it's so hot you can melt, and you'll be a meal for the life.
Bueno. Mancane, meet me by the kraal at the sunset for the battle. He shouted to Mthandla. Finally, he stalked away to find a good meal, to build his strength for the fight. That evening, as the sun set with yellow and pink tones, all the animals gathered to watch a big fight. Ngiyakutshela wena qhawe lamaqhawe ngisho yena ingqengqe ezebhele enqaba kayitshelwa nongqongqoshe. Wabiza wonke umuntu. Soon the baboon had beaten the zebra with his sharp teeth and grabbed him with his clawed and leathery hands. Untlandla's coat was thick and he used his hooves to kick the baboon and wound him. Ngisho zimbi zindala zihlangana zofana zombili. The baboon squealed with pain and snarled with anger. The zebra grunted and groaned as he attacked. The noise soon caused commotion through the valley, and even more animals came to watch the vicious spectacle. But Tata went a zebra. It is the zebra against the baboon. Against Uzamu. The baboons are known for their strength and endurance, and it was all too much for the poor young zebra. When Tata began to get tired, the baboon picked Uzebra up and held him onto the kraal fire, landing hard on his back. The flames consumed Untlandla, and his heart began to burn. With one final burst of strength, he somehow managed to kick the baboon, who was taken by surprise. Right out of the kraal, over the trees into the koppies far beyond, the baboon skidded down a stormy slope into the river. With a hiss, the water put out the fire that had started on his backside. To this day, there is still a bold red patch where the fire burned it on every single baboon. Meanwhile, the animals at the kraal cheered and lifted Untlandla out of the fire. Hey! Winqobile baboon! Hey! Ola Ntlandla, ola! And he tried to clean the soot off him, but they couldn't. The stripes caused by the soot from the fire were there to stay. From then on, the watering hole and the valley belong to all the animals. And today, zebras wear their stripes with pride and remember when the baboon was beaten. The baboon is still living on the stony koppies where he catches fleas, eats them, and then pretends that he is king.